All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome again to another edition of Ohio Gaming Alliance presents Birthright 5th Edition. I'm your GM and host, Mike Melvin. Here is your cast of characters again. Uh, and a little recap from our last session because it's been, well, it's been 3 weeks since our last session. So, in any case, our group of adventurers has been to Strathcairn, and pushed into the Five Peaks to recover a group of captive commoners that were taken by Five Peaks goblins, presumably as slaves. Um, they force marched into the Five Peaks um, and managed to catch up to the captors and the captives, and successfully fought to free them without a single casualty, we might add. As they did so, one of the goblins did escape, and as their team was resting up and gathering up all the captives to return them back to Strathcairn, um, our resident ranger, Notor, took
Yes.
off after the goblin that got away and tracked him back to looked like a relatively recent stronghold at the top of a hill. Um, he wasn't able to pursue him any further because it looks like it was well held there. Um, they prepared for pursuit and didn't have any, but they still left a few nasty surprises for any potential pursuers. And they were able to bring all the captives back to Strathcairn successfully as they were being lauded with uh, praise and thanks from the local reeve. Their report of a actual stronghold within a few days' march of Talony inside the Five Peaks borders was very alarming, and thus our adventurers, who were deputies of the magistrate in the capital, have now been drafted into the militia and are now under the command of the local militia captain. The militia captain has tasked the team with going back to that stronghold and scouting it out. They need to know what this stronghold is doing there. It wasn't there just 6 to 8 months previous when they last scouted the area. So they are very alarmed to know that outpost, um, and apparently a fortified outpost, is is within easy reach of Talony's borders. So the team has been given that mission to go back and scout it. They need to know numbers. They need to know fortifications. They need to understand as much as they can about this fortification. Um, and while you guys are scouting, the militia captain is trying to beef up his militia numbers because that's a little worrisome. They did not have much preparation for um, a potential assault from across the border, especially with the onset of winter. And so that's where you find yourself here outside of the manor house of the Reeve, Branford Miles, who you just finished speaking with, and the militia captain. So now that you've accepted your mission, the captain is going to um, move off and go take care of other business. So you guys may now deliberate on how you'd like to proceed. The floor is yours, team.
Didn't we? I can't remember. Didn't we have the? Weren't we go in the middle of like getting provisions and stuff too? Like we had a small amount of time to get some stuff that we needed,
Yep.
rope, rations, all that kind of stuff.
Yep. You can absolutely do that. So,
And then didn't we decide too that we were going to take horses up there, and Malrain was going to stay with the horses? Am I? Does that ring a bell?
I remember you guys talking about horses. I remember that the captain had dedicated the horses that you actually rode in on from the
Right.
capital to you, so that you could ride at least part of the way to that fortification. You know, based on Notor's information, he didn't think riding horses right up to the gate would be a good idea.
Right, obviously, yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to pull us into that way we don't, forget any crucial information from last
Yep.
time.
So yeah, I mean, I would expect that you'd already made your purchases of items. Again, being that you are militia, the captain did provide trail rations up to a week's worth. He's providing the horses and feed for the horses and some basic armaments. He doesn't have a whole lot, so if you were needing ammunition, arrows or bolts, they had some of that. Some basic armor weapons and things like that, but nothing particularly specialty. So if you were looking for anything else of specialty that may or may not be available here in the town, that would be on your own expense. Okay. So as you guys are discussing, working up your plan for how you're going to go about things, you go around town, here near the manor, at the tavern, wherever you're going. I need some perception checks, please. Mm-hmm. Okay. Got some going up there. This one's going to be everybody's favorite Lady Greta here.
Yeah. Go Greta, go.
Yeah, she didn't see anything.
Oh.
Okay. Kelso, you are our lucky winner.
Well,
Looks like Tass also saw something. So, both of you gentlemen, you guys notice that for a little while now, there has been a falcon kind of wheeling over the area. Seems kind of odd. Most falcons don't chill out around human settlements. From what you know of falcons, they're wild predatory birds and typically don't find much to hunt in human settled areas. But it continues to kind of wheel over the area. It's just you just see that.
Who's the other person that saw this with me?
It was Tass and Kelso both saw this.
Sit there and go, hey, Kelso, is that your bird?
no, I don't own any birds myself, but I have noticed this fella following us for a moment.
Weren't you the one that was getting a familiar?
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, it's Asher.
Oh, sorry, Asher, is that your bird?
I'm very
No,
familiar with a lot of animals.
Oh, you're going to try to sing to it, are you there, Malrain? Your mic is off.
The falcon Sheeta saw, the falcon I adore.
Well, how far away is it?
I was expecting like bird sounds coming out of your mouth for a second.
I mean, it's kind of hard to judge how far away, Tass. It's pretty high up. I mean, it's a falcon. This thing's meant to soar pretty high because they have outstanding eyesight and they can dive like stupid fast. So,
So more than 120 feet?
Easily.
Sir,
Yeah,
certainly don't want to get caught with a falcon punch either.
that's right. It's like 300 or 400 feet in the air, but it's just wheeling around the area, kind of making lazy circuits. You don't know what's going on there, but you just notice it.
I will continue to strum the lute a bit and sing.
It is now that it's been brought up.
Mhm.
Asher says that he has read in, you know, texts and manuals and stuff that, um, and for my own abilities that there certain bloodlines can have affinities with animals, and the affinities can get to the point to where they can actually see and um, see through the eyes, and actually, I think even hear conversations through the animal. So I'm not saying that's what's going on, but it is something to be aware of. If it's a scout,
I did.
Well, I've read in certain textbooks that if you cook a bird or that type of bird, it's quite tasty.
Task goes straight to the bucket of chicken.
you're the
I
cook, so
can I probably can't detect magic on it. I think it's only 30 feet.
Yeah, it's way too far away.
Yeah, okay. Too easy.
I don't know if any
was-
blood ability has a falcon though.
I can shoot a firebolt at it. Better not. Better not. Okay.
You could if you wanted to.
No,
Say
better
it's
not.
just wheeling around. It's just kind of there.
You can also do it with familiars too, but I don't think the falcons.
Say we just keep an eye on it, see
Yeah.
what it continues doing. If it keeps continuous following us for like the next hour, and
I mean, Kelso is able to turn into a wolf. What's to say that there isn't somebody that can turn into a falcon? Maybe.
Okay. All right. What else is everybody gonna do?
Falcon punch. Sorry.
I'm telling you, if someone's able to take it down, I can cook it.
I'm pretty sure Notor has a really good aim.
I'll put the firebolt at it.
Yeah, I could hit
Too
it.
far.
I just
Firebolt's 120 feet. That's why I asked the distance.
don't think I'm going to try and shoot it down.
How
right now.
far is it?
3
You
to
said around
400 feet.
300.
3 to
Oh,
400 feet away. It's way up there. That's why
Yeah,
you needed a really good perception check to spot this thing. It's up there.
300 to 400
I-
feet isn't bad. I used to shoot 300, 400 feet with my M16
Yeah.
back at base training on Fort Jackson, no problem.
Straight up in the air.
Sorry. Oh, goddamn no.
Yeah. You know how well bullets do with gravity and
I
stuff,
was going
right?
to say that whole gravity thing makes that a bad idea. A lot of cow wasn't a huge problem back then.
Weren't as many people to hit
No.
by mistake.
No.
All right, roll 20 is being kind of pain in the butt for me right now. Hang on.
That's okay.
But anyway, yeah, it's for whatever. I'm getting really slow loads on it, but it's coming.
Mhm.
All right, so what are you fellas doing? Great.
I say we
Gonna
keep
fall.
going. We really can't do anything about it at this moment, correct?
Yeah, keep an eye on it and
Mhm.
just move on.
Okay.
See if it sticks with us or stays around the village.
We're near the village, right? Let's inform the local militia at least.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, my pit bull is outside barking. I'm down with informing folk. Hunter, come on.
Okay.
Be right back.
So yeah, I mean, if you want to go to one of the local militia, and let them know what you're seeing.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, roll 20. Load back up for me here. What's going on? There it goes. Slow motion. Okay. Well, so if there's any other gear you need, anything else you want to do before you go to the stables, hop on your rides, and head towards your objective, now is the time.
I think I'm ready.
While in town, I want to know how hard it is to get a hold of a decent hand crossbow.
Hand crossbow. Well,
Yes.
hand crossbow is a little more rare, especially out in these parts.
Okay.
So unfortunately, there isn't really one readily available.
What about a
at-
sling?
Oh yeah, slings are easy. That's a dime a dozen. They got them.
All right.
Um,
A short bow might work too. Give me a sec.
healing potions.
Let's see. You're not at all far from a Halenian abbey, so yes, they do have healing potions. Nothing too crazy. They've just got standard light healing potions. So
That'll work. Just looking for a couple of them.
okay.
How much would that be? Would that be like only what? Cup of copper?
Nicely done.
Nice try. Nice try.
Hey, I got some good berries in my pocket too.
So the potions that they have are not. Yes, your favorite enemy is a goblin. I did read
Yeah,
that.
that was an accident.
I know. I was just being a wise guy. All right, that's cool. Let's see here. All right, machine. What are we doing here? This is getting silly. Where'd it go?
It went here. It went directly to my heart, man. Ooh, I can use a longbow. I will do that while I'm in town.
Okay, yeah, common healing potion is a 2die4 plus 2. And they go for about, well, let's see. Here, because they're, it's not high supply, they're about 65 gold each.
All right. So, guess I'll just take about one of them then.
Okay. Limited supply. They have as many as 5 of them available now. Now 4 that Kelso has purchased one.
And you said it heals how much again?
2die4 plus 2.
I'll actually buy a longbow.
Okay.
Uh,
That's pretty easy, standard price. Longbows are pretty standard out here.
okay, 50 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Weight is 2. Okay. And then... Oh. Arrows.
Arrows you can get from the militia for free. They have short swords and short bows that you can have as militia members for no cost, but long bows and long swords and any of those kinds of things are not available without purchase.
I will carry 24 arrows.
Okay.
You are now over encumbered.
Oh, it's going to be that kind of deal.
Thank you. Well, when I realized I was a high elf variant, I was like, oh, some bitch.
Okay. Anybody else doing any shopping or anything else before time to move out?
That'll cost me 50, so that'll knock me down to 65 gold pieces. Is it is it possible to get my hands on any kind of poisons?
They don't have anything like that available here, no.
Okay, I'm just curious.
You might even get a few raised eyebrows if you ask in too many places.
No, I would just be looking to see if it was sold on the shelves. I wouldn't ask if I didn't see it. But yeah, no, I will. Okay. All right, I will. Hmm. Why do they all get the +1 on the? Oh, okay, that's why. I'm gonna go ahead and. How much is a potion of healing? You said.
65.
Whoa, that'll clean me out completely. I'm gonna try bartering a little.
Okay.
It didn't work.
Yep, no such luck.
Oh, wait a second. I have Silver Tongue. I'm saying the
Mhm.
right thing at the right time. When you make a charisma persuasion or charisma deception check, you can treat a d20 roll of 9 or lower as a 10. So I got a 17.
I don't think that's how that works.
It says
You don't just add 10.
that's what.
Let me look at this.
No, he rolled a 4. He got so he added 7 because 7's his persuasion. If
No.
it says if it's 10 or less, it's just 10, right?
Yeah, it says you are a master at saying the right thing at the right time. When you make a charisma, persuasion, or charisma deception check, you can treat a d20 roll of 9 or lower as a 10. So it would be 10 plus whatever my bonus was.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
So it had a 17.
Okay. All right. I mean, he hears you. You hadn't been getting a ton of business, so seeing as how you wear a sash of
There it is.
you know, one of the militia and a deputy of Talony, they'll take 5 gold discount off for you, so it'll be 60.
That'll leave me with a little gold in my pocket. And that's fine with me.
Okay. All right. I haven't heard from anybody else, so I'm feeling like we're pretty good here.
Yeah, I think the only thing I would want to do is maybe see if I couldn't get some, I guess some meat scraps for Orwell. You know, just some in case he
Oh.
couldn't hunt or something.
Okay.
I don't think that'd be too much of a big deal.
Nah, you can get that for a couple silver. It's no big deal. I mean, really, all you're asking for is scraps, not even the stuff that
Scraps.
they'd want to
Yeah.
serve to,
Just in
regular
case he can't
patrons.
find. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm guessing all the stuff I asked for last time I got, correct? Like basically I refilled my herbs and stuff like that. And I went out and actually fished for some too or whatnots.
Some basic cooking herbs and stuff. Yeah.
Correct. Okay.
Yep. That was no problem. Obviously weren't able to find anything terribly exotic because, didn't go that far, but yeah, that wasn't a problem. You got it. All right. So we'll just mind's eye the horses for the moment. It's still rather early in the day, so pretty easy for you to get going now if you want to.
All right.
Okay. So again, you're here in Strathcairn. As you get moving along the path, which you already know quite well, as you get a little closer toward the edge of the main tree line and close to the border itself, we're getting on back into this area. You guys do lose sight of that falcon, but you do notice then as you're getting close to the tree line, it's now setting in the top of a tall tree. Or at least a falcon is. Could be the same one, maybe not.
Hmm.
And we all see it, or somebody just points it out and then we all see it.
Hmm.
Yeah, you all see it. It's not really trying hard to be, you know, uh, to be stealthy or anything. Plus, it's sitting in the top of a tree with no foliage, because again, this deciduous forest that there's no leaves anywhere. It's wintertime. It's not hard to see a rather large bird sitting in a tree when there's nothing else there.
We can save a day's rations. Just saying.
Is there?
Straight following us, guys.
This may sound like a stupid question, but is there any way Kelso can like try to communicate with it since he's a druid? Like try to sense it or something, or
Still don't know what to do.
I could try to talk to it, but that doesn't really mean I can change its mind.
yeah. Just to find,
Hey, GM.
Hmm.
We've left town, and how far are we?
Oh, half a mile maybe.
I should have got this two-handed sword identified. Oh well.
I don't know if there was anybody there that was really able to do it.
Okay, that makes me feel better. Thank you, GM.
Speak. I'm gonna say something to the falcon and see if it see what it does.
Falcon, can you identify that? No.
So what are you doing, Kelso? What you're using?
I'm gonna use speak with animal. I'm gonna cast a spell, speak with animal,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go up to get closer to it.
Okay. Again, it's in a tall tree. You can see it a lot clearer now. It's a sizable falcon. I mean, it's not huge. It's not like a raptor or anything, but it is a sizable falcon. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you
Is
say?
there anything I could do to help you, my friend?
It turns its head and regards you and the rest of the party. Give me a perception check.
I rolled a 1 on that.
Okay. I mean, you see it regarding you, but it doesn't really speak back to you.
So you hearing me? Hello.
All right, hang on. Let's see here. Okay. It appears somewhat intrigued. So you see it spread its wings a bit, and then it starts to wheel down slowly, and it comes down to and it alights on a very low branch, almost within arm's reach of you, but not quite.
awesome. That's cool.
And it's just sitting there, silent, but it's continuing to regard you.
I've noticed you've been following us for a while here.
Roll me another perception check. Okay. Well, now that's much closer, you can see that it has something dangling from its talon.
I'll try to reach for it.
Okay, you have to move up closer.
Oh, I'll come up closer to it then. Oh, okay. I see it on the map now.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yep, here he is.
right here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. As you move, again, it's continuing to regard you, but it doesn't look jittery. And then it starts to reach down, looking like it's almost like it's grooming itself. But you realize it's starting to chew off a little, or it's starting to snip at something around its foot, and then whatever it was that was hanging from its foot drops to the ground. And then it just stands there.
I reach for the thing that fell on the ground.
Okay.
Cool.
It's a very small leather thong that it snipped off of its talon there. And on this thong is a small tube.
I closed ranks over there if you didn't notice.
It's a very small tube. It looks like it's also made of a light leather.
Maybe it's a message.
I don't open up the tube.
Okay. As you pull it open, it's got an interesting little cap on it that just slides off.
Oh, I think you said it explodes at the end.
8 dice, 6 points of damage.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. That's the end of the party.
Roll credits.
Roll the credits. That's funny. Oh, come on. Roll 20's being a pain.
I noticed it has been a little bit slow.
I think a lot of people play games on Sundays.
Maybe so.
Mm-hmm. I just shut my camera down. I don't know. I highly doubt anything on my end's messing with your stuff, but
No, I don't think so. It's just, for whatever reason, this thing is just super sluggish today.
Goblins.
It's the dang goblins. It's the goblins in the machine. Yeah, it is. It's definitely on Roll20's end, so.
Mhm.
Yeah, they did tweet that they're having some issues. They're investigating. I don't know what the deal is. I can usually do a couple of reloads and then it'll come in, but it's just really slow. It's still trying.
He's trying.
Go away, Mike.
You can do it.
All right. While it's refreshing, I'm going to step away for a sec. Sorry. We can pause for just a few minutes here, see if this thing will catch up to us.
Bend at the knees and relax. Which one is it?
Well, it's kind of both.
I give up. It doesn't really work that way, Jerry. If you haven't watched the Solar Opposites, you should watch that. It is.
I haven't seen a lot of the new episodes. I need to get into it.
Because their new show, Solar Opposites, is just as funny.
Oh, it's a show. Okay.
Yes, it's a show that's on Hulu. They just brought their new season out. It is really funny. Really crazy.
Well, looks like we should be back in business here in just a moment.
I will be right there.
Roll 20, roll 20.
I'm gonna take this chance to use the restroom and take a short break. So
Mhm.
if you need me, give me a holla.
Okay. Right now, folks, we're waiting on roll 20 to catch up. I guess they've been having some load issues today, so we're waiting for them right now. How's it looking?
Still timing out.
Hmm.
Try it. Try it again.
I too had a timeout issue on it a little bit ago.
Ah, it went up this time. Okay, cool.
All right.
Jeez.
So,
Pain in the
son,
butt.
we need
Sorry
you.
about that. So anyway, you pull open this. Oh, wait a minute.
Kelso stepped away.
Also stepped away. All right.
With Kelso just standing there blankly now, I walk up. No, I just. I'm kidding.
His avatar went limp. Well, you'll notice that there is now a mysterious note in the journal for you.
Oh, I like mysterious notes and journals. Message in Druid can't. Well, thanks.
We just got to wait on the druid to get back.
What a tease.
Dear God.
Wow.
Gotcha.
Got him.
All right, so we got that ready to go. Ah, he has returned.
Ah, yes. Cuban B.
All right, Kelso, you will notice now there is a mysterious note in the journal.
All right. All right, unroll it.
Okay. And if you open the mysterious note,
Yes.
okay, it is written entirely in the secret language of druids, the druidic cant. So you are the only one that can read it.
Oh. And
And
myself first.
yeah,
Instead
and
of
I just
sister.
sent you a private message in Roll20.
Instead
So
of
this is what you read.
Oh.
Do you like me?
Oh.
Check yes or no.
Circle and confuse them. Circle and confuse them.
Okay, there it is.
Went with the circle. Good.
Well, my friends, it looks like we can get some assistance here with these guys.
Who is it?
Well, apparently there's some other druid folks out there that have noticed the goblin stronghold as well, and they like to work with us.
Huh.
As you guys are talking, the falcon takes wing again and starts gradually climbing and wheeling, and he takes off way out and eventually is lost to view as he crests over the rise in the trees and you lose sight of him.
Do they have they set up a meeting spot, or how do they want to communicate with us?
We can find them. Follow me.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
So you guys are riding along, and it's not too long before you find the bridge that you're already very familiar with,
Damn bridge.
and you notice that it is still quite icy. Who's the jerk that did that?
Oh, did you guys know there's ice on there? That's a hazard.
I'd also like a perception check as you ride up to
Oh.
the bridge, please.
All of us?
Yep. Okay. Yep, there's Malrain. Good. All right.
No.
Kelso again and Asher both notice the ice has some interesting scrawls in it. Somebody took the time to actually chip some designs into the ice.
Whoa. Is that your language, Kelso? That more druidic stuff?
Let me look here. Let me get a good look at it.
I'll be investigating as well.
Okay. Yeah, so after taking a closer look and the fact that you spotted them pretty quickly, Kelso, yes, you recognize them as druidic runes.
Those are
Oh,
druidic
what is it?
runes.
I'm guessing it says don't walk on the ice.
Slippery.
Funny. It doesn't look Druish.
1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5.
Hopscotchity scotch? Druidic?
Okay. So I just sent you another message, Kelso. That's what you read in the druidic runes in the ice.
It's just simple directions telling us to continue east and then look for them north of the road.
Okay.
Righty.
The good news is because there's a bunch of scratches and scrawls in the ice, you think it's probably pretty easy to cross as long as you do so carefully.
So basically just no cartwheels.
Yeah. Maybe don't take it at a sprint, you know.
Baby, come back.
Let's bring it to the fun British gag thing.
Uh-huh.
Benny Hill.
Benny Hill. Little wacky sax.
And falling and
He sucks, yeah.
All right, so you guys make it across the bridge, no problem, since you go at a mild canter there, and then you're able to pick
Medium
up speed a little
pace.
bit more. At a medium pace. All right, so you continue moving forward. Before too long, we change scene again, and here we are, still moving forward. You guys have managed to make it back to roughly the area where you originally caught up with the slavers and were able to successfully save the captives. So, Notor, roll me a roll.
Wisdom.
Ooh, look at that. Nat 20.
Pretty strong. Pretty strong. So,
Boy.
look, you know that this was where you originally reclaimed the captives and drove off or killed all the slavers. So, you know that about an hour beyond here is going to be the actual the stronghold, right? So it's not far away from you.
We're getting pretty close, guys.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So how would you like to proceed?
Shouldn't be too far for them.
So proceed with caution, I guess.
Okay.
Guess we'll continue
Sure.
on the road.
All right. So as you guys continue, roll me another perception check, please. Kelso's on fire.
Yeah.
Just wait. until
Notor had a good one too. All right. So both Notor and Kelso do notice that there is an interesting collection of sticks here off the edge of the road. And again, it looks to be in runic form. So again, Kelso, you see a bunch of sticks arrayed in a runic message.
I'll gander at it.
Okay.
As he's gandering, can I investigate as well?
You can. Okay. There's not much to see. All you see is
Pile of sticks.
the sticks arrayed in runic. I mean, you don't see tracks. You don't see anything disturbed.
Yeah.
Nothing carved. But the only thing you might see is the remains of a campfire up over here.
You want to know what this says, Malrain? It says, you would never, ever be able to read this, Malrain.
Druidic troll.
They said, say, north. We have to come north here.
I'm just kidding. I just threw that out, the unsettling words out there, because you know what that says? What? Unsettling words? All right.
All right. So,
What did it say, Kelso?
Come north here,
Okay.
bro.
okay. So it is untamed, rough terrain here. So there's no path. A lot of underbrush and or leaf litter and snow piles. It's might be kind of rough as you go off of the trail.
I know you city folk won't be used to the walking in the woods, but we need to go this way.
All right.
All right. Lead the way. Okay.
It'd be north of this right here. This is where we saw the sticks, right?
Yeah, roughly around there. Yep.
Okay. All right. I was just making sure.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anybody who's following, survival rolls, please.
Oh, shit. Anti-glitch.
Obviously, I'm following right behind Notor and Asher because we were all getting 17s.
That's a lot of 17s. Yeah. Wow.
Holy crap.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's so great.
Good God, I should have got a lottery ticket.
That's hilarious.
Oh.
I don't know that I've ever seen that. Okay, well, since it was ordained by the gods that you guys passed this check, well done, my friends. You're all successfully, walking up through the woods. Actually, riding up. You didn't say you were dismounting, so your horses are doing a pretty decent job moving you through and getting you safely through the woods, which I gotta say is impressive. A whole party of 17s. That's something else. All right, so as you guys are continuing here, again, perception checks, please. Oh my.
Why won't you roll? There goes. 15.
All right, so Asher and Malrain are the only two that are startled when a voice suddenly sounds from a tree and says, "Welcome, welcome, friends. That's quite far enough."
Ah,
I'll throw a small fireball into my hand for firebolt, ready to cast just in case.
Hello, friend.
Who said that?
Looks like one of these two did. So seeming to meld out of the underbrush into view are a couple of druids.
sorcery.
What kind of sorcery is this? Sorry.
This is the majesty of Eric and his natural world. You have stepped into our realm, and we welcome you.
I'll shut the flame.
Bro, I haven't seen you guys forever.
You haven't necessarily met these guys ever. It's not like you guys get together at national conventions or anything, you know.
Oh,
so-
I thought you said there was the guys from
No.
that was with before.
I would have
No.
also assumed that Kelso just assumed he knew them anyways.
So look, here's another thing that might take you by surprise. One of them is human. The other one is goblinoid. The goblinoid didn't speak. It was the human that did. But they are obviously being
Somebody
unthreatening.
holding Notor back.
So
No.
they both greet you with a couple of druidic gang signs or whatever, right? So because all druids have
I throw up a gang sign.
a special language.
Yep.
And Notor, you've met enough druids to know that they're doing this. You just don't know you just don't know what they say or what they mean necessarily.
You say about my mama?
What'd you say about my mama?
I'll just
You said your mama's so fat.
I'll just mumble under my breath, more wilderness.
Gravity
mumbo
compared
jumbo."
to the Jupiter.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. So the human says, "Please unburden your beasts. Allow them rest. They will do you no further service from this point."
All right.
I shall dismount and I shall grab the two-handed blade, as we still do not know what it does, and strap it onto my back along with my quiver.
Okay.
I bear this burden until we find out what it does.
Okay.
Probably
I
find out
say,
that it just eats your soul away.
mm-hmm.
Slowly consumes you.
Right. Okay. How nice.
Well, we
So,
find out what it does. It consumes your soul and already consumed 90% of it. What?
nice. So they approach again, non-threatening, and they say, "We welcome you. We have been observing from afar, and as we mentioned in our message, we believe our interests are aligned. You go to scout the stronghold up ahead at the east. Is that not so?"
That is very true. We're here to seek that out. You would like the town folks were very scared.
He says, "This is known to us, and we appreciate your candor. We know of this stronghold as well, and we also know that those that hold this stronghold are of ill intent. However, they are far less of a concern for us than what the Talanaeans and their guilds have been doing to the wilderness, and how they dig into the earth and pull forth ash and filth in seek of minerals. It's been angering not only the druidic circles of the area, but the elven nations. And the Thane of Talany risks much in continuing these practices. But there is a greater plot afoot, and you may not realize what you're walking into. There is much to consider before you continue your current quest."
Oh, don't give us options.
Will you hear our tale?
Hell yeah.
Well, you've got us off the main path, and obviously we can't rush to the fortress for investigation if we're talking to you, so.
Do we get
Well-
snacks?
Snacks, okay. So
Listen better with
Hey
snacks.
guys, prepare for a flashback.
the goblin, the goblinoid druid hears Tass say something about snacks, and he glances at his friend, chuckles a little, and says, "This one has the right idea. Let's take refreshment. There's much talk. Let us eat." And so the human druid says, "You're quite right, my friend. You've been riding for some time now, and shouldn't be any reason why we can't take our ease, especially as night begins to fall. So if you'd like, you can join us in a nearby safe place for the night, and we'll relay our information."
Cool.
Man,
You accept?
Yes.
Very good. Very good. All right, let's change the scene a bit here. Okay. This is going to look kind of familiar. Bear with me a moment. Okay. So I'll have you bring yourselves into this scene. Just imagine this scene with a lot more snow and a lot less green. So not far away, you find a another small henge, Druidic Grove, where they've got a bit of camp and some food and a place to shelter a bit for the night as they relay your tale. So feel free to bring your characters out in here. Probably not going to be able to stand on top of the stones. They might take that as a insult. All right, everybody in there? All right, looking good. Almost. Where'd Notor go? Oh, there he is. He's hard to see because he's so dark and mysterious.
I am mysterious, yes.
Plus, it looks like he lost connection to Zoom. So
No, I'm here.
no. I was talking about Gavin.
Oh, no Tor. Oh. I thought you meant Malrain. I'm dark and mysterious too.
I'm all mysterious and stuff. Man, I want to be mysterious. Come on, man.
I'm angsty goth, man. I'm angsty goth.
You're as mysterious as me.
Nice. Thank you. There's my wife being goofy in the background. Hey, there he's back. Hi, Gab. We lost you for a sec there. Y'all good?
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
cool.
keeps kicking me out for some reason.
Oh, yeah, that's a pain. Okay, so
Yes.
you
Quite.
guys are chilling in the Druidic Grove. They're giving you a little bit of light sustenance and whatnot. And then as you're settling in for an evening of rest, the actual goblinoid druid is the one that starts to speak. My cousins of the Five Peaks have been seduced by some of the power-hungry people, whereas many of them used to be sons of the forest and lovers of the land. They now seek riches and power and plunder. This disturbs me greatly. But it appears that this is not by accident. There have been certain influences amongst the tribes of my people in Western Five Peaks. Yes, certainly the rulers of the Five Peaks have long pressed my people into service and even into war. But that's been generations now. And now suddenly, it begins again. And the people turn from the path of the wilderness and of the land and of Eric's holy teaching. And so, as you go to this stronghold that was built by the hands of my cousins, but by the minds of others, I ask you to remember, many do not know what they do. Do not treat them harshly. And that's all he has to say about that. Any
So are you
questions?
saying that they're like thralls? Like, are they being, uh, oh, what, charmed or,
Oh, no,
beguiled, I guess, or
there's no magical or mystical means by which these people are being manipulated.
Okay.
Thralls, no, but influenced and um, certainly being given great promises of wealth, power, and majesty, such as some human nations seek for. And there are those that have heeded that call.
So you're saying you prefer us to not kill as much as possible?
I would ask, yes, that you spare as many as can be spared.
I have to tell you, my friend, that I will do my best to talk down and negotiate with those that I can. Although, there may be my compatriots that need to hear this. Waft my hair back a little more than I. Ponytail it up. Sit back on the rock against it, leaning and put my one foot up against it. Somewhat disrespectful, but still paying homage and enough respect so as not to piss them off.
Well, the human has remained mostly silent thus far. The goblin, as he hears what you say, he gives a sidelong glance to Notor. You get the feeling that he knows Notor has some difficulty dealing with him and his kind.
I am of a
He's just rolling his eyes.
I come from a peaceful family where we believe that negotiating and words are much more powerful than the swords that you folks tend to wield. Don't get me wrong, I wield one as well, but that's merely for self-defense, not offense. Whiff my other side of my hair back and pull it into the ponytail and tie it up.
Yeah,
I'll
sometimes
let him.
words that come
I'm
out of
sorry.
your mouth really hurt because they're like, what do you mean? Those words are just too big.
Ugh. How much
Asher
longer
will-
will I have to deal with this malfeasance?
Asher will tell
Hey,
him
look,
he,
he said such those big
that
words again. See, it's damaging to the head.
Go ahead, Asher.
I was just going to say that I was going to tell him that I respect what he's saying to us, but to be completely honest with him, if I can't I can't speak for everybody, but if I'm being attacked, then I have to defend myself. I hope you understand that as well. I'm not going to.
Yeah, well, and he nods his head slowly, a little sadly.
I
He
get it.
says,
I totally understand, but at the same time, I gotta.
yeah. He says, the influence of the human kingdoms is beginning to erode some of our more natural and tribal cultures. And while I understand that our peoples have been at odds for many generations, I only ask that you use what discretion you can. Certainly, if it's a life or death situation, every being must do as they should.
No, thank you.
The human will pipe in and he says, so my friend, my colleague here had to say his piece, and I hope you will heed his words and understand the spirit of his intent. But now I will speak a little bit more plainly for you, because not only is it disturbing to us in the druidic circles of this area that the tribal chieftains and some of the more martial of the goblinoid peoples in the area have been pressed into service and or have willingly come with the promise of riches and conquest. What's more disturbing is where this influence originates. You will find that there are many plots afoot in this region, and one in particular is rather tangled. The rulers and those of influence in Talony are not all to be trusted. So he says that while we don't know of specific people's involvement or those who are specifically responsible, you will find more evidence, I believe, in the stronghold. And you might even find some people of note that are being held captive there. While your rescue of the commoners was not only heroic and proper in the eyes of the Druidic circles, those that continue to be held at the stronghold will likely surprise you, and also perhaps put you deeper into these plots and intrigues than you may have first thought. So again, give care before you move forward. You may be getting deeper into political instances within this region than you believe. With that, he leaves it there. You can ask questions if you like. I mean, he just doesn't seem to be elaborating any further.
Oh, I have a question. I'm ready.
Okay.
And what would these men of and women or otherwise think particularly of you, kind sir, who follows the one they call Eric?
Do you not know of Eric?
And how would they feel about you?
Oh, I imagine they would not be well received or in harmony with our way of thinking.
So would
And
you
so if you don't know who Eric is, do me a quick wisdom roll.
we talking history check kind of thing or religion
Yeah.
or okay.
History, religion, whatever, yeah. Whatever's better. This one's not a tough one. Okay, that's easy enough. Look, guys, Eric is the god of the forests.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's the god of nature, and most druids revere him. So he used to be the high druid of the Rhaenyran people in the highlands there before Rhaenyr was destroyed in the Battle of Deasmar, and then Eric was invested with most of his essence and became the new god. So that's why they call it the Rurik Highlands in honor of Eric.
Okay.
So yeah.
So it's safe to say that you've risked your own safety in some rights by asking us here.
Certainly there is risk for us, yes. But we believe it is the proper time to seek allies and those with aligned goals. Your actions and your seeming intent, we believe that is aligned with our purposes. And our purpose is nothing other than to heal the land. Talony has been, for the last several years, clearing forest and mining the natural resources with wanton abandon. And They've drawn the ire not only of those who protect and revere the wilderness, but also the elven nations that are neighboring. We seek to heal the wilderness and stave off war.
Understood. War is not good. Profitable in some senses, but not good. Very well.
Profitable perhaps for those who wish to plunder the land. We wish to stop the plunder of the land and avoid bloodshed.
Both are good things. I
Along with that too.
can say that.
Nature.
Well, now that you're speaking up, Kelso, he says, we have watched you, Kelso, since you came into our area. Certainly we know of any druid who hearkens from other lands who comes into our region. And while you are not from far off, no doubt you can see that the land, the wilderness, has been treated harshly in the name of profit, in the name of economic advancement. And we can no longer remain silent and in the background while it continues.
Sorry, I got disconnected for whatever,
Oh, no problem, Chris.
about 5 minutes or so.
Man, the
Still-
internet.
Yeah, it's having a
I'm
tough
sorry
night.
if I missed anything.
Must be
The
the North
last I heard was
Koreans.
Valrain was talking about
The nature.
said something, and one of the humans said something about knowing Eric.
Yeah, so just making sure that he knew who Eric was, which is the god of the forest, right? So,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just
I didn't
he
want to
was
miss any.
the god that was elevated after Deus Mar. He was the high druid of the Rurik people, and actually they're called Rurik. After Deus Mar, they renamed themselves the Rurik people in honor of Eric. So, just to make sure everybody knew who we were talking about, these are druids, and of course they revere the god of the woods and the wilderness. But they were just saying that, the influences that are causing the goblins to stir and to become more martial and to seek conquest and glory, those influences appear to be coming from human influence, or at least from nearby territories where humans hold sway, such as Talony.
Okay.
And so you're looking for allies in this cause, which I can understand. And I can also, from my backgrounds and my blood, tell you that I too have some affinity for the forest. However, be that as it may, I do require things to satiate my needs in the modern world. Whereas you can suffice and live on the forest, I suffice and live on the social realms that the cities and people create. Therefore, I would be more than happy to help you. And I'm not looking so much to benefit off the land so much as I am looking to benefit off your order. What can you provide me in return for my assistance?
That nature protect your ass,
Right.
and you be alive.
Yes. Someone else will protect nature if I don't, but go ahead.
So the goblin and the human druids, share a look with each other. You know, they seem to almost be having a completely nonverbal conversation. After a moment, the human nods his head, and the goblinoid druid says, "We do not deal in the goods of general society that some of you may be used to. However, you, as you said, you have a societal and more of a social sort of a bent, and we've observed you for some time.
Mm-hmm.
We can be influential in other ways that don't include monetary or direct wealth rewards.
And I'm very happy that you would say that, because I am a man looking for influence in these realms. And so, with that being said, you are sort of trailblazers, so to speak, much like my friend Notor here. Now, if it were to become known the quickest travel routes through said regions, with an agreement, of course, to stave off any would-be assailants or overuse of said land or territory, perhaps we could pave the path for trade in the regions, and this is something that could be provided.
We are not interested in trade. What
Not
we are interested in is the suppression of war and the pillage of the wilderness.
and
However, I hear what you're asking, and here's what my proposal is. We know this fortress well. We even know that they have a secret tunnel with which to exit if they were to come under siege. We could show you the entrance to this tunnel, and we'll tell you also that there is a person of great influence being held inside the fortress.
be, be that as it may, I understand where you're coming from, and I am 100% on board with your plan. What I'm saying, though, is you know the forests in and out. Perhaps in doing this deed, you show me around a little bit. That's all.
We will consider. For now, what we offer is that bit of intelligence. We will give you the location of the entrance to the escape tunnel and the knowledge that there is a person of influence being held there. Depending on what you do with that knowledge, with that access, and how you conduct yourselves through this operation, will tell us much about your character, and then we can continue to speak about other arrangements in the future.
So is this person who's being held, if let's just hypothetically say we go back and say something to uh, the you call him leader, whoever the hell he is, that guy.
Mm-hmm. The Reeve? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Reeve. Would that be like a huge? Would that something? Is that something that that we shouldn't do, or is that because if this is such a big deal, then I don't know. Us going back and saying something about it doesn't seem that may not be a good idea.
Yeah. Well, the human will pipe in and say, "We do not trust the Reeve or any in his family.
Okay.
We share this information with you and you alone,
Okay.
because you have shown that you are worthy of such trust at this juncture.
I appreciate it.
None of the other leadership within Talony has
Oh,
shown the worthiness of our association at this juncture.
Hey guys.
This is for your information and yours alone.
what were you saying, Kelso?
Hey guys, I think this is the grand quest that we're looking for that we saw that posted of. You know, the reward of fulfillment.
If fulfillment means influence, then yes.
Okay. Any other questions? Anybody else have anything to add?
Can you throw in a
Um,
cookbook?
Druids are not known for their cookbooks.
But they're, you make food, don't you?
It's all handed down by.
I'll show you a couple Druid recipes.
There you go.
It-
Yeah, it's
write down a
none,
couple
none of
recipes
it's
for
written
me.
down. The druids typically do most of their handing down of knowledge through verbal means.
Is there any way you can tell us uh, approximately how many creatures, goblinoids, or whatever are in the fortification numbers?
This is a good question. It varies. We typically find that the garrison has anywhere from 10 to 15 infantry and 4 to 8 scouts on any given time. We don't know if there's a specific rotation, but there are plenty comings and goings, and they mix it up a lot. So it's that's roughly the typical garrison size of this stronghold.
Okay, thank you.
What else? Anybody else have questions before bedding down? Because they'll show
Yeah.
they'll show you where to go
Yeah.
in the morning.
And do you have any idea the Reeve had said that he was surprised when we gave him the information about the stronghold being here? Do you know if it was really put up this quick? I guess it was. It's only been months.
Both of the druids chuckle. The goblin says, "The Reeve, Mr. Miles, I think it is a fool."
Okay.
And that's all he'll say on the matter.
Okay. That's not going.
All right. Enough chit chat. Let's go to bed.
He says that
All
about
right.
the Reeve. Okay.
Yes.
All
Yeah,
right.
they clearly. The Reeve and his whole line, I guess, are not to be trusted.
Says a guy we just met.
Right. They are druids, though.
Well, I've met good and bad cultists too.
Okay.
I
Well,
mean, come on, man. Always trusted druid, especially a goblinoid druid.
that's funny coming from Notor.
I
How
am.
ironic.
I am. My goal here is to get these druids to show me some routes so that I can sell them as trade routes, gain some influence, or give them as trade routes.
Yeah, you will never gain that.
That's all right. There are other ways. I can be deceptive with them.
Okay. So the night passes without any kind of incident. The druids are kind of in and out during the night. It's
So
what
I
they do.
guess. I'm sorry, Mike. Continue.
I was gonna say that's what they do. I mean, they don't seem to have a schedule to them. They're very free and fly by the seat. So a lot of ways you're not sure what they're up to or what they're doing, but they continue to kind of come back, check on everybody, and then leave again. In the morning, they're both there. They've gathered some nuts and looks like they have some dried fruit and stuff. So they'll offer you all something to eat for the morning before they give you a quick rundown of where this secret entrance might be.
So I guess at least a question I have is, does this change our mission?
Well,
in
your
terms of
original
just
mission was to
was
scout it,
just to find out numbers, right? Just
find out whatever you
size.
could. Yep.
So now I'm kind of afraid. This is kind of out of character, I guess. Talking
Uh-huh.
out loud.
Yep.
I'm kind of worried that if we go back and give him this information, then if this could open up a whole other can of worms.
I
I almost kind of feel like we're damned if we do and we're damned if we don't.
I feel as though we just met the druids and we can appease the druids by investigating these folk, taking care of the situation in the most non-harmful way possible. But we could also report back to our people at Telany and appease them as well. There's nothing saying that with a back entrance we can't get in there, snip the lip of the leader, and exit our way back out the way we came in. Very quietly, very, uh, very quietly, very quickly, in and out. By morning, most goblin types are pretty foolish in the sense that once their leadership is down, they have trouble reorganizing. And if that,
Well, remember, that's a typical goblin. These aren't
right,
typical goblins.
I know, and I'm thinking about that as well, but I'm thinking about any military organization for that matter. You take down the leader,
Right.
they're going to scramble for a little bit. And while they're
Yeah.
scrambling, we can either strike and finish or at least see how many there are. Either way, whether we kill the head guy or we create a distraction underneath, we can find out how many there are in there.
So we're looking at max numbers if what he gave us was correct. So 23 total. 10 to 15 infantry and 4 to 8 scouts. So if we were to take the high end on both of those, you're talking 23
There's
total.
There's absolutely no reason whatsoever not to go back and inform the Telany that then if we know.
I agree with that. I'm just Asher's just kind of talking out, just trying to get his thoughts.
Right, yeah, and well, and Malrain is too, because Malrain wants to, and here's the thing. We don't have to let the Telany magistrates, political, the Reeves, the Thanes. We don't have to let them come in here and handle this. We can ensure to them that we will handle it, and that way it gets handled the way the Druids do. The Telany guys are still happy as well.
We should definitely not tell them that one and so that they have someone of influence.
Well, here's the other thought. If the Druids are so steadfast on these goblins not being totally obliterated, we could also run the gamut of sending a few of us to the fortress to warn them ahead of time as we inform the Reeve, etc., about the issue, and then get sent out with deputized duties, possibly men, to deal with the situation. And in the process, maybe even subvert the Druids into believing that I mean, hell, maybe we can somehow forge an alliance with both and make this work. Thus, bringing them to a little bit closer together socially too, and letting them be able to work within. Because sounds kind of like the classic worm spawn conversation right now. Like the Druids are really afraid of modernization, and these people in Thelany are like the epitome of like trailblazing. It's no wonder they weren't interested in helping me learn the area so that I could put trade routes through the area, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, they're druids,
Right. So we make
especially birthright druids. I mean, they're really.
right. And Malrain's not totally against, saving the forest. He is a high elf. He, regardless of what mixtures and, you know, what part of the family came from what regions of high elfdom, he is a high elf. And so he does have some affinity for the woods as his wood elf brothers and sisters. Uh, and certainly can understand the magical affinities from which the druids get their powers, so he can't really bitch and complain about that. So, I mean, yes, there's a soft spot for the druids, right? But at the end of the day, we have been tasked with a job and given our word to succeed in that mission.
Right. I agree with that. I guess Asher's just worried that, and he'll say that too. He doesn't. I just don't want to get involved in all this scandal. I just want to go. I just want to get to the Imperial City. Like
Well,
I don't want.
I understand that, but there's nothing wrong with gaining some influence on the way. And what better way to have influence than with the nature-driven druids of the area and the political powers within the city? Work both sides, right? There's nothing wrong with us having some kind of political clout with both. So that's why I'm saying we need to figure out a way to make this work for both sides, avert the war, and still ensure that things will reside here harmoniously when we leave, that we don't run into this problem when we come back and have people even more angry with us that we tried to solve something but weren't able to.
I think a big thing is to probably definitely not include that we know there's somebody of influence there, because if we say that, that's going to cause chaos.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the other thing. Whether or not there's somebody of influence there, it's probably not wise to cross-mix information between druids and the Reeves if they really have this much disdain for one another. So it would probably be better kept out of our mouths that we've talked to the druids and say that we've obtained this information through Notor and sneaky roguey stuff.
Yeah.
So it
And
may.
then who knows? This guy may not even want us to, let these Reeves know that he's even been let loose. I mean,
Well, and
if we get him loose.
here's the other part of that situation too. Notor is extremely well at hiding and tracking, so we could even leave Notor behind in a tree somewhere or hidden out to watch the camp. And because, I mean, they're not going to believe we found the camp, found all this stuff in our back already. So we're going to have to at least surveil for a tiny bit.
Sure.
But when we head back to town to let them know what we found, we can leave Notor or another small contingency in the region, right? To ensure that we are still watching and ensuring that we aren't missing anything that we should be seeing, maybe possible movements of important peoples or more troops arriving, those sorts of things. We need to know information. Okay, so we've got information, but we need to know if that information changes, right?
Right.
Okay. Is that will also lose us influence. At the end of the day, and excuse me, gentlemen, Mr. Kelso, I love you to death and I love nature, but at the end of the day, I'm worried about the influence with which my name will hold here when I walk from the area. And I want it to hold good influence with both sides. And if I can't have that happen, then I'll suffice with the more powerful side having my name better in their mouth when I leave. And if that offends anyone here, then I apologize that it offends you. But I will not
No, I
apologize for who
appreciate
I
the
am.
honesty. No, I appreciate the honesty. That's we all have our own stakes in this. And this is part of us coming together as a group or a family. We're all going to have to compromise and sacrifice. We're all not going to get what we want.
My goals are strictly influential and economical at this point in time, my good man, as well as said before, somewhat ancestral to these lands, which is why I can't very well turn the druids over to the Reeve. That wouldn't be the appropriate thing to do. However,
I don't think we should turn the druids into them at all.
no, we shouldn't even make mention that we had a conversation with the druids.
Right.
That
I totally agree with that.
if we ever want to be invited to their council again, it would be wise to keep them out of our mouth.
Yeah, I'm sure, especially having, a druid, Kelso in our party, I'm pretty sure that he wouldn't be happy with that as well. It's not just assuming like right now, I know Malrain, you're more hesitant than I am on these druids, understandably so. I've got no reason not to trust them. Not fully, I get it, but like this guy's probably kind of a douche, so.
hesitancy isn't really the matter. It's that they don't really have anything tangible to offer, and as far as political influence is concerned, they wish not to be tied in any way, shape, or form with a political influence unless it's influencing
Yeah.
them for a positive notion. So, with respect to that, my means to help them is purely ancestral and purely kin.
Yeah.
But know this, that holds quite a bit of clout with the Nyalo family. And because of that, these druids will have my word that nothing will come to harm of their regions if I can help it.
All right.
Although I
Any
don't like
other
the
words
shifty
or
eye.
anything we gotta? Yeah. Anything else we need to discuss before the next day's items?
Nope, I don't think so.
Okay.
And I'll thank Nilo for the conversation too.
Oh, my friend, it doesn't seem as though our paths are going to separate ways anytime soon. It's best we start to understand each other politically and also understand what we hope to gain and lose in this situation. Um, Again, just know that when my hand is reached for yours, at the end of the day, where my goals lie, and you know where yours lie. Mutual respect through mutual understanding, mutual survival means mutual influence and profit.
I like profit. Anyway.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get all political and nuts.
No, it's that's your character, which is that's why it's good to role play that. It's awesome.
Okay, so next morning, like I say, nothing crazy goes down during the night. The druids are in and out doing their druid stuff, and
I like
so
druid stuff.
the next morning dawns, and they provide you a way to get to this back entrance that they know of. In fact, for the moment, I'm going to change the scene so you guys can take a look at what you're looking at here. So the Goblin Stronghold sits upon a hill, and it's got a wooden palisade around with a gatehouse and a rather large gate. They'll also let you know that there's a rather large slave pen where several captives are kept, and there is a small keep in there where they do most of their business, and the garrison commander resides. They have no idea where the tunnel goes in. I mean, they know where it comes out, outside of the palisade, but they don't know where it ends up inside the compound. So they've never bothered to actually go in there. It's
Thanks for the share.
supposedly very secretive, but they've not dared to go in there themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they can tell you, if you see on the map where I'm about to ping, this is where that secret entrance is, or rather secret exit. It's meant as a location to escape if the
Can you ping
stronghold
again?
were to be. Yep.
Oh, darn
Yeah, I
it.
didn't see it either.
You can just see it up there.
Hold on. Thank you. Darn it.
Oh, okay, I got you. I see it.
It's well hidden.
Why is my mouse doing that to me? It is totally betraying me.
It is very well hidden. So
I'll ask
Now-
the druids too. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to ask them, do they know if there's a leader, if there's one guy in charge there that is distinguishes himself to be aware of?
There is a garrison commander, yes.
Yeah.
They don't really know much about him. He's not a regional goblin from one of the local tribes.
I wrote it on your map, GM.
Very nice.
But I'm assuming he probably dresses different. Would we be able to pick him out if we seen him?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's pretty distinctive.
Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Well,
So you can decide how you would like to proceed from here. But
I have to take a mini break and hit the restroom. Be right back.
oh, that's fine. Well, it's probably not a bad idea for everybody to take a quick break anyway. So
Yeah.
take about 5
All right.
and grab drinks, grab snacks. Come on back for more goodness. All right, everybody starting to trickle back in.
Over here.
I see Tristram. I hear Chris.
Sun's here.
Sun's here. Excellent. Oh, Chris, clarification on origins, September 30th through October 3rd.
Okay. September. That's in it's in Columbus, isn't it?
Yeah, it's at the convention center. All right, I see Joe popping back on.
Yep, I'm here. What's up? I grabbed a couple of chicken nuggets on my way through the kitchen. It had to happen.
Hey, dogging.
My wife found some that you can cook up that are just like very similar to McDonald's nuggets, and I was like, I like McDonald's nuggets. They're pretty good.
All right, we got Gavin back too.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Sweet. All right. All right, back from break. Here we go. So again, team, you know where the entrance is. You have a basic layout of what this looks like. How would you like to proceed?
Well, are we proceeding at all to begin with? Are we now that we have the information, are we posting up, having somebody watch and the rest of us going back? Are we entering through the rear, trying to figure out what's going on in the back there? What are we thinking?
Say we just head in. Let's go.
Yeah, your druid hosts are not, I mean, they're not going to suggest tactics to you. They gave you the information they had.
Oh no, I was talking about the team. I was talking to them.
Oh, okay.
So can we peacefully actually go in there and talk with them?
Maybe. You could try.
I propose a parlay.
I mean, I could try to see where I could get with these folks. If you'd like me to try discussing matters with them.
Hey, that
Does,
probably an idea. Hey, you know what? Might end up nipping it all at the bud right there.
Some simple discussion could.
I mean,
What
because
does
all we really have to do is actually just kind of investigate and find out numbers and stuff. Correct?
yes.
We don't have to actually, you know, draw swords or anything unless we have to. But
Yeah, I
suggest
think for me
kinda-
I'm sorry. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I think like, right, we have that.
Oh
And
wait, didn't we have a goblin escape and go to the thing?
Yes, Notor tried to track him down, but he'd already made it there. So one of the slavers did escape to this place.
Well, that may put a monkey wrench in trying to parlay if this goblin was smart enough to remember any of us.
It was dark.
I'm just saying it's a possibility. It's something to think about.
I can disguise myself.
I mean, even if
I
they
guess-
do recognize us, we don't have this. We don't have the slaves anymore. I mean, we're just trying to
I'd
party
never
now.
know if you had a mustache.
All goblins love mustaches. It's like science. I guess my only question is, to me, the biggest, I say treasure lightly, is the captive, is the guy who has influence. So to me, the question is, do we get him out or don't we? Because I mean, I don't see any point going at least through the back way unless we want to actually scout the internal part of this and try to rescue this guy. We already have the information we need. I mean, we know the layout. We know about how many troops there are. We know that there's a leader. He stands out.
Okay, so out of character just for a sec here. I don't want you to get the
Okay.
wrong idea. The captain is the garrison commander of the goblins. You don't
Right.
get the impression that he is the person of influence that the druids were speaking of.
Okay, that's fine. Leader type is all I was referring to. Somebody,
Mhm.
I guess I could have made that. I didn't understand that fully, I guess, but either way, like that's neither here nor there. He's just a number, but we have the numbers.
So
So I-
you notice Greta smirking, kinda. She hasn't said anything, but she's smirking.
Well, I mean, I'll ask her what's on her mind, baby.
You're all talking about talking your way into a goblin stronghold. We're going to scout the place. Let's just use the back door and see what we can find out. I don't need to talk to anybody.
Perfect idea. I love it.
Right, but we don't have to talk to anybody. Yeah, I mean, I think talking to him was something that that was more the parlay route.
Right.
My only reservation with going in the back way, when we already have the information we need, would be, what if we get caught? We're looking at a max 23 soldiers. I mean, we're mighty and all that, but like, might have to be real, a little realistic. Now, it doesn't mean that it would happen, and like I said, there is a person of interest in there. It's just something to think about.
Okay.
I mean,
Any other opinions? Thoughts on how to go forward? Who's going to make the call?
I think if we
I-
get caught, we're not going to be in that bad of shape unless they throw us in a trap.
Well, also too, we also have Malrain, who is able to. He's able to throw an invisibility or two. So if we want to go through the back way, he may be able just to tap a couple of us and just kind of sneak in, get a lay of the land, and then crawl back out before time expires.
That's what I was thinking. Somebody stealthy enough, so we just send like one or two.
I mean, my personal opinion is I kind of feel like we should go in and investigate. But I think that we should, if Malrain's able to zap a couple or, make a couple of us invisible And that way it just kind of lessens the chances of one of us getting caught and then kind of sneaking around for a little bit and finding out what you find out and come back.
Okay. So like I could say it's morning. You know, bright, clear sunshine. You could start heading that way now. You could probably be there in about an hour if you take the main path.
How long does the invisibility spell last?
An hour.
An hour? Alright, so what I could do is I can go and turn into like a rat or something.
Sorry.
If you hop into my pocket, you'll become invisible with me.
You'll never know, rat.
Send them in, coach.
Yeah.
Okay.
How
So
many invisibilities can Malrain use? What were you capable of, Malrain?
Oh, that's an interesting question. 2.
Dose. Well, I mean, if we have to, we've got time. So what, if we have to rest again to get you 2, then you can take yourself and somebody else with you, and Kelso can turn into a rat and either sneak with you or kind of hop along beside you or whatever. Maybe you and Notor and Kelso.
Who
And then
else?
have,
Who else of our group can sneak nicely? Because if you can sneak nicely, there's no need to not come either. I have my boots, which will allow me to be invisible and unheard as well, so I'm virtually unseen, unheard. But what of everyone else?
Greta says
I think,
she's known to sneak around a bit.
yeah, I think I'm the least sneakiest out of all of us. I would venture
I can be
just
sneaky,
by
but you
judging
know what?
everybody.
I can stay behind. I don't mind.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, the druids
I
agreed
can,
to keep your horses at the grove
Mhm.
so that they aren't in danger.
That'll be the safest place because the grove is protected.
Yeah, man.
So do you want to go to the front gate with this plan? Do you want to go to the emergency exit with this plan? You want to go a different direction? What are you thinking?
I think the emergency exit. That's my initial thought.
Well, my thought is the emergency exit when we get
Be a cat.
to the emergency exit, we can rest again. I'll cast the invisibility spell and we'll go from there.
Okay. So emergency exit.
Mhm.
Okay.
Does anybody else have any ideas? If not, then we can just do the emergency exit. I
Okay.
think that's a good idea too by Malrain. We just get there and then rest again. And that way he can get what he needs. And then Taz and I can just kind of stay behind.
If this is your plan, we'll just say you got what you need to get started. That's fine. You don't have to worry about resting enough.
Actually, it'd probably be better if I was a kitty cat because I had better stealth. And just when you're
Oh, yeah.
holding me now, Rain, just don't pet me and I'll start purring.
Get the cat scratch fever.
Sentries hear the purring.
Here comes the Nuge.
Motor City Madman. All right. So you got your plan. Are you going to try to go up the main path and then skirt past the watchtowers, or are you going to try to go overland and approach it from the west?
Notor recommends the west.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to head in from the west.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, so you're all prepped and ready. You're gonna take the overland route to try to go straight toward the escape tunnel,
Mhm.
moving east from west. All right. So again, you knew it would only be about an hour trek up the main path. Overland, though, different story. Tough terrain up here. So a lot of hard scrabble, hilly, rocky terrain with sparse brush and evergreens and things like that. Um, so for the first half a day or so here, I need to have survival rolls from everybody.
Yeah. Just
That was Greta. What else we got?
survival. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh.
Okay. Not so good. So again, the terrain is rough. A lot of hard, scraggly area and whatnot. You don't end up with any fatigue from this trek, but you didn't make much headway. First half a day, and you think you might have got a quarter of the way there. So now you're getting into about midday. If you want to keep pressing forward, you can.
Sorry, my
Um,
guys. Are we all going, or are we? Or there's someone. I thought some of us were staying behind.
I don't know.
I thought that Taz and I were gonna stay. I was gonna stay behind at the lip of the emergency exit.
Okay.
I actually wasn't gonna go in.
Okay.
I
That
should have
sounds good.
clarified that.
Two of you are going to stay behind, and then the ones that are going to actually stealth it go forward.
That's fine.
In that case,
I was just going for clarification. That's fine.
yeah, I should have said. I'm sorry. That's my fault. That way, in case something crazy happens, you guys can back out of there, and at least you have a little bit of backup.
Okay, like I said, guys got about a quarter of the way there in a half a day. Very tough terrain. So it's about midday now. Noon, 1 o'clock, something like that. Still clear. No major weather issues causing you problems, but the terrain still sucks. So if you want to
Right.
keep pressing forward with this one, you can do so. I'll need survival rolls again.
Survival rolls?
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So at least half of you did roll well. So as you're picking paths and whatnot and having to go around, crevasses and figure out ways up small inclines and things like that, you do make a much better pace. So you're about 3/4 of the way there as we get on into late afternoon. So now it's about 4 or 5 o'clock, something like that. And you got about a quarter of the distance to make up. So we're continuing to push and need another set of survival rolls, please.
Oh, you guys are killing me. Yes. Woohoo.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me throw Retta's in there. Okay. So at least half of you passed again. So you do finally make it. Now, you're coming up to the entrance, roughly, of the cave here. So you guys can go ahead and place your tokens up here in this upper left-hand corner of the map. That'll be where you guys come in to this scene. Okay. Just missing Notor and Malrain. Upper left-hand corner. There you go.
Well, we get about here. I would
Yep.
assume we would
Yep, you're
wanna-
coming in. You're coming into this corner area right here.
We would want to cast invisibility.
You able to pull yours in, Gab? You need me to throw it in there for you? Oh, there he is. Okay.
I probably shouldn't have lead on this. There we go.
Now you guys decide how your marching order is going to look.
Phew.
Okay. So again, not far away, you do see the tunnel, just as your druid friends mentioned it would be there. It doesn't appear to be guarded, but it does have an iron gate across it.
Hmm.
Iron gate across it.
Mhm.
Mm.
You don't see it there, but there is an iron gate there. How would you like to approach?
How big are the bars around it?
Well, you're back, tens of feet away from it, so you'd have to get
Oh,
up and take a look.
That's well, let's
Yeah,
get a little closer
Go
so
see if it opens.
get an idea.
Yep. Anybody that wants a closer look can move up. Take a look.
All right. So I'm gonna take a look.
Ah,
I guess I'll investigate.
Okay.
yeah, I'll go move too.
All right. So, yeah, Greta's move up with you. It's fine. Okay. It doesn't take much to see that it's got a heavy hasp and lock on it, and it is locked. It looks like it's in decent repair. So actually opening it doesn't seem like it would be too difficult. It's not like it's heavily rusted or anything like that.
Make
It's
sure
just
it's not trapped.
Yeah, just an open cavern looking entrance with this iron gate across it, which is locked.
Can we maybe do an investigation to see if we see anything, any type of trap stuff laying around, like just
Yep.
something that catches our eye?
I rolled a 20. Anything?
Well, that would have been investigation looking at that. So give me perception rolls for those who are looking for traps and such. Greta's doing her thing.
What are traps? I don't know what they are.
Okay. Nobody sees anything that appears to be suspicious or fishy.
Okay. Well,
Well, if we want to, I'm assuming maybe Greta's probably the better out of us actually unlocking this kind of stuff. If if whoever unlocks it, if we want to stand back, I can cast a mage hand. And then I can just kind of push with the mage hand. I can just kind of push it open. That way, in case if there is something, none of us get hurt.
Right. Okay. Well, she will go ahead and attempt doing the thieves tools here. Nope, she fumbles them a little bit and nothing happens.
I have a jack of all trades. Maybe I could try out her thieves tools real quick.
Yeah, she'll let you give it a shot.
Alright, so I add half my proficiency bonus rounded down to any ability check that I make that doesn't already include my proficiency. Alright, so that's 1 plus, what is it for thieves tools? Dex?
Yes, it's dexterity.
That's 4. So I'll just do Dex. Right. Alright, so that'd be plus 4. So just roll d20 plus 4. Yeah, I got a 6. No, I ain't doing shit either.
Okay. Well, you didn't have any luck, but Tass shoulders his way up in there and digs out his tinker tools.
Nice.
And after goofing away with it for a minute, you hear an audible click.
It's thieves tools, Mike. I just clicked the wrong one because I have
That's
thieves
fine.
tools too.
That's fine. So he gets in there. He's a little bit more dexterous than the rest, and he successfully unlocks it. It is now available to be opened.
All right. Well, I'll tell everyone to kind of stand back, and then I'll just cast a mage hand, and I can just push it open with. Hopefully, I can just push it open with the mage hand. That way, if something happens, won't hurt
Okay.
anything.
That's fine. If everybody wants to stand back, that's fine. Greta will step back for a moment. Anybody else moving back, or just letting him go for it?
No, I'm moving back too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm moving back. I'm just not moving my
Go ahead and
guy.
scoot yourself.
I will move back.
I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I'll just put it there.
Okay.
I think it has. I don't.
You're still standing on top of it, Malrain.
Oh. Where am I at?
Standing right on top of it. Okay.
All right. I'll cast mage hand.
All right. And what do you do?
Cast mage hand and just glide it over to the gate and just push it open or pull it, whatever I have to do.
Okay. You try to push it, nothing happens. It just kind of resists. Oh, you did say
Okay,
pull
pull.
it. Okay. Yeah, you pull it
Yeah.
and it opens.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was about to say that it's probably not a push.
Right.
How many times
Right,
I
that's
closed
cool.
that door?
Okay. You said pull, so that's good. I was gonna let you squirm on that one for a
Wallow
little bit.
with
Okay.
it.
All right, so you do pull it, and even though it is seemingly in good repair, it does make an audible squeal as you pull it open. It's not super loud, but there's not a lot of sound breaks across this terrain. So it does kind of echo. So it echoes and then it dies out. And now you have an open gate.
All right.
Okay, what's
So
next?
I guess maybe wait around for a minute or two to see if anybody comes shambling to check it out.
Okay.
Unless anybody's got, any other suggestions.
Well, roll me some perception checks.
Fuck's sake. Totally useless tonight.
$13.
Okay. Nobody really hears anything. Nothing seems to change. You don't hear an alarm raised. You don't hear any sounds echoing out of the tunnel or in the landscape other than the wind and the scrub. Maybe an occasional small rock getting displaced down the face, but that's about it.
Okay. All right. So I guess on with the plan.
Yep.
Okay.
Just remember, guys, I can't talk
Poof.
to you when I'm an animal.
And
Okay.
waiting for the mouse rat to climb into my pocket.
Oh, I'm gonna turn to a kitty cat. I'm a little bit more stealthier that way.
All right. Feel
Oh,
free to
man.
hop up on my shoulder. And poof on myself. So who else did I poof?
Probably Greta.
Okay, I poofed me
You-
and Greta.
Yep.
And Notor is going to follow up behind.
Okay.
I assume I'm going in first since I can't be heard or seen.
Okay, here's this is Catman.
Here.
Ninja.
Ninja Cat.
I put the ninja.
That's literally our freaking ninjas in this game.
Yeah, they kind of are. All right, let's see something here. Okay. Kelso. Cat form. All right. Save. All right, now we have a Kelso cat form. So, bam, there he is.
Just to clarify, if you're invisible, can you speak and not break the invisibility? So, like, if you were to whisper, does whispering break the invisibility? Or is
No,
it just
no, it doesn't.
okay? I would suggest since there's two people who are invisible and Notor can't see them and Kelso can't speak, maybe somebody whisper what direction they're going, left, right, straight. That way, the two invisible people, no one kind of gets lost.
Fair point.
Yeah,
Okay.
the best I can do to communicate is like the nod or shake my head.
Okay. So, who's leading?
I guess I'm leading.
Okay. In you go.
Okay.
And the cat is with you, and it'll be Greta taking up the rear. So, all right. So, Mind's Eye Theater as you go in here. So, are you using a light source of any type, or how are you
Oh no,
making
I
your
see
way?
in the
It is dark. Okay, you got dark vision.
Pretty sure. Yeah, I
Any-
do.
Anybody else that
60 feet. Yep.
Dark vision.
Okay, so you two have dark vision. Neither, I don't,
Yeah, I
I don't,
can't see.
okay, so Greta and
Well,
Notor do not have dark vision.
If Greta's invisible, she can keep hold of my coattails and we're both invisible.
All right. Notor, you want to do something similar?
Sure.
Okay. All right, so go ahead and give me stealth rolls, please.
Except for me, right?
I mean, you can make one. You can always roll a 1.
That's true.
Okay.
Let me see what those boots real quick.
So as you're moving forward, you know, going quietly and trying to be stealthy, this has a kind of a gentle incline to it. You can tell it's been
Oh,
been
advantage.
excavated with tools. It wasn't like a natural cavern or anything like that. It was definitely excavated with tools. But it has a slight incline to it as you continue to go. You probably go for a good 60 to 80 feet with that slight incline. You don't see anything. You really don't hear much. It's pretty quiet in there. When you suddenly come to basically a wall. It's a flat blank kind of as if they stopped digging here.
Okay. Look up.
Okay. Looking up, you can see that the ceiling does open up, and this blank wall is rather tall. It looks to be about 30, maybe 40 feet high. And you can't see a whole lot beyond that. But you do see that the ceiling does open up here. And it looks like, again, it was delved with tools. So it's not a natural cavern or anything. It's just, for whatever reason, it goes straight up from here.
You go straight up from here because there's probably some kind of elevator. Roll investigation, see if maybe I can figure out why it goes straight up from here.
Sure.
Yes! Yes! Haha! When it counts, I'm rolling good.
Okay. Again, looking up, and because you have the dark vision, you can't see a ton of detail, but you don't see what looks like a bunch of mechanisms, ropes, pulleys, or anything like that.
Okay.
What you do see is what looks like a couple of nubs hanging out over the edge of what looks like a lip,
Mm-hmm.
just pieces of wood. That's all you see.
Alright, so then what we're gonna do... I bet you those are for rope ladders or ladders themselves. Well, we're as far as we're going to be able to go for the moment. No one suspects us, right?
As far as you know.
Any action against another being will remove the invisibility. Do we have any rope?
Did you bring any?
Really? Well, I don't know who bought the rope. Somebody bought rope.
I bought rope. I would imagine everyone has rope.
If you didn't go and buy it, you
Yes.
don't have it.
Animals, I could have an idea for you.
Say that again. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
If somebody can do speak with animals and talk with me, I can give an idea. Unless somebody got the idea from what I just said.
Throw the cat.
I'll toss the cat in up.
You're gonna toss the cat 40 feet in the air.
Yeah, I'll catch it if it comes back down, and I've got cure wounds. Besides, they always land on their feet.
All right. So you see Malrain pick out this catapult that he just happened to have with him. Loads a cat in a catapult. Pun intended. Anyway,
Do I get finesse with the cat?
you have zero reason to believe it. You can chuck a cat that high.
Okay, I won't do that. Do we
You
have
have zero
mage
reason to
hand?
believe that the cat will let you do it.
Well, trust me. Does anybody have mage hand though? We can send the cat up that way.
I do, but well, I mean, I'm not there.
I think
So-
at the point we're at, I think we would just recommend to each other to go back out. and-
Greta's sitting here saying, "What's going on? I can't see a damn thing. What are you guys doing?"
Greta, it goes up from here. We have to go up.
Can you just climb the wall or what?
Hold on a second, let me think.
Does
Yeah,
any
I can try it.
Alright, outside of character, does any of you have like a rope like dangling from your hands or something like that?
I have some rope.
Alright, is it like visible that I could see it?
I mean, it's probably somewhere on my person. I don't have it. Like,
Alright,
Alright.
am I looking
So
at
this is what I'm gonna do.
I would think it'd be in your
To go and try to communicate with you guys since I'm a cat. I'm gonna go and try to play with the rope that I see kind of on Notor's thing. And then I'm gonna go up to the wall and start scratching at it and looking up.
Okay.
And then come back and hit the rope again and go up to the wall, scratch, and look up again.
All right. Well,
Those with
again,
dark vision should be able to see that.
yeah, Nothor
Hopefully
doesn't see
you guys
any
can
of
do
that.
that.
He wonders what the hell the cat is doing to his pack, but he and Greta are completely in the dark here.
Alright. Here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go over and get the rope,
Mm-hmm.
tap Notor, and whisper in his ear, I need this. Move over to the wood and tie me up a lasso.
Okay.
You need a survival roll for the knot.
No, I'm not worried about the knot as much as the throw. That's going to be an athletics check.
Ooh-wee, minus
And what are
one.
you what are you trying to
Actually,
do?
0
with this
'cause
rope?
of my skill. I'm trying to loop it around one of those wooden poles at the top.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Ready?
make a acrobatics roll. Yep.
Acrobatics? Nice.
Or not acrobatics, athletics, sorry.
Damn.
This is a strength throw. Yeah, you don't even get close.
Yeah.
It goes up and then flops back down and hits the floor of the cavern. It's a bit of an echo to it.
Nice.
Okay.
Uh,
That's all that seems to happen.
I will try to physically climb the wall.
Okay. That will be more of an acrobatics type of a deal. That can be dexterity based. Just so you know, it is rather sheer. Not to say that it can't be done, but you think it'll be
Can a
tough.
cat do it easily?
Um,
A little bit easier.
you might have a better check. It's not going to be any better. It's not going to be a different DC for the cat than it is for anyone else.
I was just figuring if there's like more of like easier ledges for a cat to.
No, not really. Like I say, it's rather sheer. It's not, it's not like it's sculpted to be completely smooth by any means, but it's a sheer face.
I'll jump on Malrain's back.
I'll give you about a 5-foot head start. Okay. That's actually a really strong roll. With that roll, I'd say that you do manage to make it about 20 feet worth. No problem. The handholds are starting to get a little bit more sparse. You're going to need another roll to continue. You can descend with no penalty, but you'll have to roll again to continue.
Okay, what do I have to roll now?
Same thing, acrobatics.
Nice.
Okay, that's pretty good. Again, you stay on. Couple of close calls. You're scrabbling a little bit of, a little bit of loose stuff down. Look out below.
I'll
A couple
take
little pebbles coming down. But you managed to stay clung on. You didn't quite make it to the top though. And again, the handholds are still feeling pretty sparse. You can descend again with no penalty, but to continue, you need to make another roll. You are not able to find a handhold. You don't go any further. That's as far as you think you can get at this point. So about 3/4 of the way. You're decently steady on your handholds, but you don't think you can continue any further from here. You've got about another 6 to 8 feet to go.
Oh no. I am going to grab, with the one good arm, hold as strong as I can, grab the cat, and throw the cat up
Okay.
at the wooden spot. Come
Wow.
on, kitty, go. And
All right. So
as-
is Kitty
as-
going to allow this, or is Kitty going to assert claws?
Freak the
As
fuck out.
I'm gonna allow it because I had
as
a similar idea at that point.
All
as
right.
a bonus action, I'm gonna give it bardic inspiration.
Not from the side of a cliff. You're not. No, I don't think you can do anything terribly inspirational from the side of a cliff other than successfully throw a cat. But let's see how you do. That's going to be an athletics roll again. If you weren't hanging off the side of a cliff, I would say you could do bardic inspiration. But okay, you successfully chuck a cat 6 feet. So now Kelso as cat, make me a dexterity roll, please, because you're just at the edge. He got you to there, but you still need to kind of scramble on up and over. Nat 20, baby.
He's a cat.
Cat makes the top. All right. And Malrain, that puts you off balance slightly. Give me another acrobatics roll, please. Okay, you maintain your footing and your hold. So you're still 3/4 of the way up the wall, holding firm, having just chucked a cat up over the lip of the edge there.
I'll take it.
I'm gonna be checking to see if there's like any rope up there or
Okay.
something I can
Okay.
drag down.
what you see is, oddly enough, an interesting looking device. It's got a hand crank on it, and laying up in an interesting angle looks like a really long ladder. I mean, stupid long.
Well, I guess I will transform back into my regular self so I can actually operate and
Okay.
down the ladder.
All right. So now you turn back into your human form.
And I will go move the ladder. I would imagine I still will keep my visibility, right?
Yeah, as far as that's concerned, yeah, you're not affecting your invisibility at all. Because again, you're not, so far you haven't seen any enemies or
Attacked them.
hostile actors, right? So, okay. So
And
you turn back into your human form, and in front of you is a hand crank.
let's start cranking.
Okay. So as you start cranking, you notice it's loud. It's clank, 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 clank as you do it, but the ladder begins to descend. Do you continue?
Yep, I'm going to continue. We need to get somewhere.
Okay. Okay, just rolling for something. All right. Clank, 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 clank. So it takes about 3 to 4 minutes to finally get this thing descended all the way back down. And it does descend to the bottom with a bit of a thud. So again, it was not quiet, but there's a very long ladder now, all the way to the base, down where everybody else is.
Could
And-
Asher hear that outside?
Actually, yes, they can hear the sound of that from out of the tunnel. So everybody outside, you
Oh,
hear this clank, 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 going on for like 3 or 4 minutes, and then suddenly thud, and it stops, and then that
definitely wanna
reverberating
see
sound finishes through the tunnel, and then goes
Oh, boy.
quiet. After a little bit closer examination, you realize this is a iron ladder. It is not made of wood. So
Makes more sense.
there you go. It's a big, long ass ladder too. It's a pretty ingenious device. All right, so that's what you hear. You got a ladder down at the bottom now. The reverberation sound of the mechanism and the ladder hitting the bottom starts to fade out. What would you like to do?
I will get back to the floor and remain silent.
Do what now?
I will get back down to the floor and remain silent to listen.
Okay. So yeah, as that ladder came down, it has a slight angle away from the wall. So where you were, it just happens to come down over top of you as you're hanging over the edge. So it has a little bit of a it's not straight up and down the wall. It has a little bit of an incline with a little bit of an angle as it heads up that way. So thankfully for you, this ladder didn't come down and knock you off the wall.
Yeah, I guess so.
You could really, I mean, where you are right now, Malrain, you could reach out very easily and grab the ladder and then just get on it and ascend the rest of the way.
I'll do that then.
Okay.
I'm quiet as a titmouse.
Okay.
As quiet as possible too when I was cranking that.
Clink, 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 clink.
Right. So
I'll feel around and see what.
To make
And
I
sure.
assume it's a last one,
Notor
but I
and
don't
Greta
know.
are kind of freaked out, right? Because they didn't see anything. They heard this loud noise and nobody said anything to them. You heard something hit a few feet in front of you and then stop, but it was really
I'll just
nerve wracking because it was really damn loud right there at the epicenter of all
after
this.
after a bit, I'll investigate it in the dark,
Okay. All right.
like feeling around.
So Greta's like, what the hell was that?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Okay. All you can really see is just the slightest bit of day glow from back at the entrance. It doesn't reach up far enough. It's just enough for you to know where the entrance is. So it doesn't provide you any light up here at all. So it's
Blind person.
yeah, you're
Feeling around.
basically feeling around in the dark. All right, so give me a survival roll, both of you. Yeah, she has no idea what's going on. She's having a hard time just holding on to your cape.
Survival.
All right, so Notor. No, you don't have to worry about it. This is just Notor and
Nat 20.
no, this is just Notor and Greta.
That's fine.
All right, so
Where's the
Notor,
20?
no problem as you're slowly creeping up, trying not to lose Greta in the dark. You do eventually reach out and feel the iron bars of this ladder, and it doesn't take long to realize that it's a ladder, and it's very solid.
I'll whisper to Greta. Maybe we should climb up this.
Like,
I
guess.
I
All
bet
right.
I bet Malrain and Kelso are up there. That's why we haven't heard from them.
Why didn't those jerks tell us what the hell's going on? All right, you lead the way.
All right. Climb the ladder.
I think
Okay,
you got
so
it
again,
right, jerks.
in-
You want us to scream? What's going on?
So again, in the dark, there's nothing wrong with the ladder. It's nice and steady, but it's slow going because you don't know what to expect. So
Yeah, you kind of got to feel each rung.
you really do. You really do. The good news is that it is very solid. So, all right. So it takes you a couple of minutes, to feel your way up through there, and then another 5 to 10 to actually climb it. But once you finally do, you get to the top. But again, you don't see anything. As you start to crest the top,
Be
Greta's like,
blind.
are we here? Did we make it? Where the hell are we?
No. Malrain, where are you?
All right. Malrain and Kelso, you hear Notor and Greta whispering, kind of. It sounds like they're a little pissed off. They kind of got left behind, but they made it up the ladder anyway.
I get up really close to the Notor's face, and I whisper, "About time you got up here."
All right. Let's see here. Oh, Greta heard that. Okay. She's like, piss on it. You guys, that's enough. And so she kind of shuffles past all of you, and then you hear her rustling around in her pack. And then about a minute later, you hear, and she sparks up a torch. She says, that's it. I've had it done for your shit. We're doing this.
At least it got you up.
Notor lights his torch.
No thanks to you. Freaking cat. All right.
Your work.
Now at least I can see what the hell's going on. Let's go figure out what's going on here. This is nuts. That was loud. I can't imagine nobody heard us.
Yeah. They probably thought it was just rocks falling.
Okay. So, want to press forward then?
Somebody's moody.
I don't know.
Now that we've got light, I think Notor's ready.
I think I'm
All
gonna
right.
have to bug out here soon, gents.
That's fine. We'll wrap up shortly. All right, so Notor's going to press forward. Greta's going to go ahead and do it. She's like, you guys can follow us this time. And so you guys continue to push up the tunnel. As you do so,
the ones that are not invisible, go ahead.
as you do so, you feel the incline again of the tunnel again. It's taking that upward angle, and you eventually come to what looks like the end of it with another iron ladder. This time, not nearly so tall. It goes up about 10 feet or so, and it looks like there's a trap door above it.
I'll climb the ladder and investigate the trapdoor.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception for me.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm on a ladder, and that's a trapdoor.
Yep, there you go. It's a trapdoor. Heavy wooden construction. Looks like it's got some iron hinges to it. It doesn't look at all like it's locked. You don't see anything that would indicate an issue of any kind. Looks like a regular trapdoor.
I'll push on it.
Okay. You push on it, and it's pretty heavy. It does give a little, so it looks like it'll open if you give it a good shove.
Okay. I give it a really good shove.
Okay. Give me a athletics check, please. Oh, okay. You shove it really damn hard. You did a really good job. It flies open, but it makes kind of a dull thump when it opens. And for whatever reason, it's the opening is still covered somehow.
That's weird.
Do another perception roll. Okay. Easy enough. You look at it, it looks like it's got kind of an interesting pattern to it, whatever this covering is. And it's fibrous. It's not wooden. You think you're looking at the underside of a rug.
Oh, so when I pushed the trap door, it just kind of slid the rug with the door.
That's what you think it was, yeah. So, you think you could probably push the rug the rest of the way out of the way and open up your opening.
I'll try climbing. Can I try climbing with the rug and then not even move the rug till I get up there?
Well, I mean, the rug's just laying across the opening, so it's kind of flat. So
I'll try.
You get up there, you're gonna, you'll have to move it out of the way to get yourself up through there.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll move it.
All right. So as you move it, it kicks up a bit of dust, and you poke your head out in what looks like a little storage cellar or something.
Perfect. Nice place to end up.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't appear there's anybody around. It's dark in here. There's a few shelves with sparsely stocked items, mostly just basic foodstuffs and things like that. Water barrels, wine barrels, stuff like that. Nothing crazy. But you can see that the rug is all bunched up underneath the trapdoor itself. That's why you heard the dull thump when you shot it open real fast.
Yeah, the rug was quite convenient.
Worked out in your favor. You still have not heard any kind of alarms or noise or anything. It's pretty quiet down here.
I'll tell everybody else to come up and finish climbing up there myself.
Okay.
Come on
All
up,
right.
guys.
So Greta will say down to everybody, all right, looks like the way is clear. Somebody want to go back for the others? Tell them the way is clear. Okay, fine, I'll do it. All right, so Greta goes ahead and walks on back and down the big ladder and comes out to tell Asher and Tass, hey, we found our way in here. It's clear. You guys can come with us now. There's no danger getting through the tunnel.
Okay.
Okay.
I will follow along.
So eventually you all come up out of the tunnel in this storage room, which looks like, is in maybe a cellar or something of some kind. There is a door to this room, and you're among, obviously a wadded up rug carpet, and there's a bunch of just basic storage materials, water barrels, ale barrels, some hardtack, and other basic foodstuffs and things like that. Again, nothing too crazy. It just looks like a larder in a cellar or something. So you got a couple of torches burning. Everybody can see just fine. What would you like to do next?
You said there was just one door,
Single door.
single door, no windows, nothing like that.
No windows that you can see. Like I say, it's a cellar with, it's pretty dry, and dark, and it's decently cool, so it's a good place to store stuff. But there's no, you don't capture any moisture or sounds or light or anything. It's just,
Can I put my ear up against the door to see if I hear anything on the other side of it? Or
yep, sure. Go ahead and do the perception.
ooh, here we go. What the hell? 19. I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh, I wasn't clicked on the right thing. Yeah, I got 19.
Okay. All right. Yeah, no problem. You don't hear anything on the other side of the door. It's dead quiet.
I'll whisper back and tell everybody. I don't hear anything.
Okay.
Do you think that maybe this is a good place to stop? I know Joe said that he had to hop off.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said, do you think this is a good place to stop since Joe said he had to hop off?
Seems like as good a spot as any. Everybody good with that?
I'm down like a clown.
Okay.
That's fine with me.
Well, let's go ahead and turn the stream off for tonight and say thanks everybody.
Thanks everybody. And thanks Arkenforge. Thanks Twitch. Thanks Twitter. Thanks Facebook. Thanks Angela Way. Let's see. Anvarus. Nerdcroid. Thanks everybody for joining on, saying hi.